Hey, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video, I want to talk about one of the most common questions I get. I've taught events all over the world, really, and I've had thousands of students online, and I get asked a zillion questions, but this one has stuck out to me the most because so many people are curious about it, and that is, when you're building a Facebook fan page for a product that you're marketing, should you have a niche fan page or more of a generic fan page? And if one or the other, why? Well, I want to go ahead and squash that question for you right here, right now. And I'm going to go over the pros and the cons of both niche and generic fan pages. So what we're going to do first is we're going to look at generic pages. So I'm going to say this also before I go to the next slide. They're both great. You know, I do both. So I wouldn't say it's one or the other. So I'm going to show you the difference. So first, let's talk about generic fan pages. So with generic fan pages, you got pros like there's more opportunity. It's easier to scale a more generic fan page, and you can adapt quickly, promote different products. And of course, you can still do niche marketing from a generic page. But let's just start at the top. The reason I say that you have more opportunity with generic fan pages is because you're not confined by one teeny tiny little, hot trend or niche when you're using a generic fan page or a generic e-commerce store. And that gives you the ability to promote a ton of different products. Like you can have multiple niches being promoted from the same page, and it's less work and it makes it 10 times more scalable. Let's say you are in the motorcycle niche, just for example. Let's say you're a Harley Davidson niche. That's probably going to do like really, really well during the spring and the summer, but maybe when it's freezing cold outside and it's snowing, people don't care as much about riding their motorcycles. So you're not getting a bunch of sales on accessories. That would be a downtime for a niche type fan page, right? But a generic business always seems able to just continue to float along without a single rut because you have the ability to quickly adapt with whatever's hot right now when you have a generic fan page. So you can find more products to market, gives you the opportunity to find things that are going to work better faster because you're not confined, to one specific niche. You can test all sorts of different things and you may find that one works 10 times better than the other, right? So you just have a broader reach with a generic fan page, and that makes it 10 times more scalable. If you have a fan page that's just about firefighters, you're really only marketing to firefighters or the wives and family members, husbands of firefighters, and that's it. You're confined to a very small niche. But with the generic page, you can throw all sorts of different things on your page and appeal to various markets. And you'll see in an example in just a moment that gives you so much more growth and can bring in more money. Now, I know I just made generic fan pages sound like they're the it thing, and that's what you should be doing. And you totally should do generic fan pages. But they do have some cons. When you're comparing a generic fan page to a niche-related fan page, typically you'll see lower conversion rates. Now, that's not applicable to every fan page out there, but me personally, I see lower conversion rates on the generic stuff. That doesn't mean they're not profitable. It just means that they have slightly lower conversions. And the fans are honestly, far less engaging because maybe they saw one random product I was promoting and liked my page, but all the other stuff I promote, they're not really interested in because they're not really a fan. I don't have like that following of believers that are just believe in the specific niche or the specific thing. So it's going to be less engaging. You'll find that niche fan pages, really excel and the cons of and the cons of generic fan pages. So generic fan pages are great if you want to do less work. In other words, you don't have a zillion fan pages, and you're not really sure what direction you're moving in. Like, you don't know what you want to start marketing right out of the gate. You don't want to commit to one thing. You want more opportunity available to you. Generic fan pages are for you. If you're looking to like mad scale your business to a 7-figure a year business, you can do that with a niche business, but I believe you can quickly and more efficiently do it with a generic fan page, because you just, you have such broader reach. And of course, as trends change, as seasons change, you can adapt with whatever's hot right now. All right, so that's generic fan pages. Now let's talk about niche fan pages. I know some people call it niche, some people call it niche. I call them niche fan pages. That's just the way I use the word or pronounce the word. Okay, so let's talk about these niche fan pages. The pros: higher conversion rates. I'm seeing double the conversion rate coming from my niche fan pages and niche stores than my generic ones, but they're not doing as much volume, so keep that in mind. The customers and the fans on the page are more engaging. When I make a random post on the fan page, I get more likes, more shares, and more comments on the niche-based ones. The generic ones get little to no engagement on, my just day-to-day content posts. The cons: if you're wanting to advertise a lot of different things online and get into different niches, then you're going to have a lot to manage. With niche fan pages, you're going to have a fan page per niche, and that's okay. I do it. They're just, a little bit more to manage. So this is going to be more time consuming in the long run if you just do niche pages. Niches can fizzle out. I'm not saying that they get diluted or anything. I'm just saying they fizzle out. For instance, I started a niche fan page for a show that's really popular called Duck Dynasty, and I accumulated tens of thousands of fans very quickly. And they were just everywhere you looked was Duck Dynasty. And after a couple years, it's kind of fizzled. It doesn't get the engagement that it used to. It's been around for a long time. So it's really just a trend, and eventually it will totally fizzle out, I'm sure. You don't have to worry about that with generic fan pages. You can always just toss in the next thing that's rocking out. And of course, with niche fan pages and niche stores, you have less opportunity to test what I call random products. Me and my team go just find the most random things. It may be in the pet niche, the gun niche. It may be in the grandparents niche. It may be in the firefighter niche. And we can quickly and easily throw them on our generic store and promote them through our generic fan pages and see if they work or not. And it works really, really well. So I guess the main thing about niche fan pages is if you know something really, really well, and you know that that's like the main thing that you want to focus on, niche fan pages are going to be great. And you end up with some very, very passionate fans. You create a true fan base, like a true following. They're interested in the next thing you're going to post because they're so passionate about the niche. And that's why the conversion rates most of the time can be much, much higher. So, end in all, I think you should do both. I think you should set up one generic page that you can always do things from, and then for the niches that you really want to hit hard, have some niche pages. There is no answer for one is definitely better than the other, because the grass always looks greener on the other side. So what I want to do now is I want you to visualize the true difference between a niche page versus a generic page that's really, really broad. And I know looking at a PowerPoint, you hear what I'm saying, it might be going in one ear and out the other. I'm a very visual person. So I want you to visualize everything I just said. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to my internet browser and we're going to look at a niche page and we're going to look at a broad page. So let's do that now. All right, so now we're live. We're on Facebook and we're going to look at a generic and a niche fan page. Right now, to start, we're going to look at a niche fan page, okay? So we're going to look at a niche fan page. Now, we're looking at survivalstraps.com's fan page. They're a really big company. They sell a ton of survival straps. And they have, it looks like 690,000 fans. That's a boatload of fans, right? For a niche. It is just a huge fan base for a niche. And you can see what they post a lot of is, well, you guessed it, survival bracelets. There's all sorts of colors and clasp, and it looks like they might even be doing some, what is this? Okay, that's some charity stuff for dog shelters. Thought maybe they were doing like dog collars. Yeah, but they got all sorts of bracelets on here, but you'll see that that's pretty much it. They just post pictures of bracelets that they're selling. And you can go to their site. Let's take a look at their site. And when you get here, they just have a whole bunch of different types of survival bracelets. And I guess that's it. Looks like they sell watches a little bit with the paracord on them. Yeah, I mean, not too much I can say about it. If people that are really into survival see this and preppers, it's going to be a huge hit like it already is. I mean, it's going to convert really, really high. There's tons of people that love paracord bracelets. And they've even micro-niched it out a little bit with Harley Davidson and college football and whatnot. So, they're doing a great job. But what they're not able to do is sell anything else other than survival strap related stuff. So that kind of restricts them a little bit. It restricts the growth. Now I know you're thinking, well, what are you talking about? It restricts the growth. They have 700,000 fans. Well, I want to show you a company that is a very generic company. They're nowhere niche related at all. And they've been around for not a very long time. They have not been around for a long time. Survivalstraps.com is, they've been around a minute. And this other company is called Wish. You've probably seen their ads at some point on Facebook. They're massive. And they've got 2 million fans. They haven't been around in a big way for a very long time. They're really up and coming. And you'll see a lot of the stuff that they post. They're selling a rug, clocks. I don't even know what these are. Organization bags, shoes. Looks like this is a car charger. Now we're looking at camera lens for phones, jewelry, wall decals. They've just got, kind of everything. Some of this stuff is just like, you wouldn't know what kind of niche it would even be in. It's just random, now you got wine stuff, speakers. I'm sure if I click on their photos, we'd easily see a whole bunch more. So, they've got a lot going on here, from baby stuff to sports stuff to Christmas related stuff to apparel, t-shirts, onesies, boots, electronics, jewelry. I may have already said jewelry, shoes, wine, pillows, cameras. I think you get the picture, right? But they have over 2 million fans, and they accumulated them, to my knowledge, quite quickly. So 2.7 million fans and growing by the minute probably. And that's because they have a broader reach, right? Whatever's hot right now, they can start promoting it regardless of what it is, be it whiskey related to, what is it, interior decorator and household related. So they can do anything. Now let's take a look at their site. You see they've got electronic watches, shoes. They've got, looks like laser beams, which that would sell, they could probably sell these types of lasers and stuff on survival straps if they really wanted to. You could do everything from here. They can still sell survival related stuff if they want to. I mean, I don't know, heck, let's give it a shot and see what happens if I come up here and type in paracord bracelet. Okay, type in paracord bracelet. Look at all the paracord bracelets this site has to offer and sell. I mean, looks like everything that's on survivalstrap.com. So they're not really restricted to one thing or another. They're able to always have on their homepage what's hot and what's selling the best. Multiple types of different things. So, I mean, if you're looking between a generic page and a niche related page, that's the big difference. You see less content here, and with Wish you see just boatloads of products being advertised, and as a result you see more fans, right? You see a much larger fan base. This company is able to scale beyond survival straps belief, and ability. And that's not to say one business, isn't doing good. They're both like absolutely crushing it. But my point is, generic pages, they do work. They give you more flexibility with the offers you promote, and they're easier to scale, right? But I do know that, Survival Straps absolutely crushes it, and they would probably have a higher conversion rate. This is just guesstimating. A higher conversion rate on survivalstraps.com selling a survival bracelet than Wish would, So, like I said, they're both great for specific reasons. Generic fan pages, I'm not saying if you have one, you're going to get millions of fans. Wish is like a massive, massive company. And they're mostly popular through their cell phone app, their mobile app. And that's really where they gain a lot of their followers. The point that I'm trying to make, though, is that they have the ability to sell anything and everything, whereas survivalstraps.com would look kind of silly if they started selling interior decorator rugs and organizer bags and bangle bracelets and shoes and all that stuff. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I would do both. I would create one generic page so you have that flexibility, and then the niches that you really want to crush, I would then go and create those niche fan pages. You can have as many fan pages as you want on Facebook. It doesn't matter. So, why choose one when you can have it all? And I'll end it with that. So I hope this helps you kind of understand the differences between the two and the pros and the cons, and it gives you better direction to go ahead and get started with your fan pages right now.